Hey everybody, it's Marty the JavaScript Party, and I am getting ready to work on my next project, and it's Rhett's here with me, and it is our Saturday Say Hello project. Now, it used to take me a bit of time to even figure out which project I was going to work on. I will say that I don't even think this is limited to development, but in general, life in general, every day you function, you build habits, you break habits, you create new habits, and getting slowly but surely faster every day at what you're doing. Can be a bit of a it can put you into like a kind of a like a very intense situation, but it can also give you a huge advantage over time. I know that every Saturday I'm working on Say Hello, and Say Hello is the name of Saturday Say Hello is the name of the folder that I keep these videos in. So boom, I went from like a 3 minute just figuring out what I'm working on to instant. And then we can come over here, and I know that we have another validation point here where I can say, oh, okay, Say Hello is older than flashcard. So I know that Saturday and Sundays I work my Say Hello and my flashcard um, projects. So then we come over here, and then I know that I remember that these two, I put them into their own little folders inside of the main folder project. So CD, it looks like I call it probably, yes, Say Hello UI. Then npm start. Okay, so now we are running, we're up and running, and I see that I have made a little to-do list for myself inside the README. That's another thing I picked up and working on these things. And basically, it looks like there's something called a status that needs to be its own component. To me, this is probably, for me personally, not in general, but for me, because there's so many things. But for me personally, the ease of how you can just take a bunch of code and isolate it into its own component is the my absolute favorite and most powerful aspect of Angular. Um, I absolutely think that that is incredibly powerful. Let's see. I'm waiting for my other YouTube to come up. It looks like it is running. Good morning, everybody. It
Good
is
morning.
morning. Oh, it is 12:07, so it isn't quite morning anymore. But so now I'm going to put a little like there. So I always like any video once I valid. That's how I know I've actually looked to see that it runs. And then I will put the comment of the date, the day of the week, and the date um, in a in a um, in a comment, and that's how I know that it actually worked. All right, so now we looks like we have this thing running. I'm believing these are my status components that I want to pull into their own. Um, let's see. I don't know if this is going to work. The partner. Howdy partner is something that some people do say in the United States to say hello. So let's try that. Howdy. Oop, howdy partner. Okay, did I misspell? Oh, interesting. So it did. Okay, so actually, I think we found a bug. This should be. It should not. I should be able to write in. I think any. Okay, so when I do my comparison. Okay, so let's actually put that as a bug fix down here. I think I should make that. Yeah, let's fix that before we do this though. 9. Make the text in that is in the text box um, case insensitive. All right. But I do think making this its own component is probably a better thing. And man, and I'll tell you, Making things into its own component used to be harder than it is now. And I would say the biggest thing that makes it so much easier now is not having inputs and outputs. Once I quit putting the inputs and outputs in there and just using signals to communicate, a lot of my problems went away. Um, it is a bit more abstract. Having the signals in and out gives you like a kind of a solid thing to mentally anchor into, but man, it's just so much easier just to move things around and all that. The problem with inputs and outputs, honestly, the only problem with them is that um, it makes making a new component and going like farther away harder because there's all kinds of timing issues that that appear when you do inputs and outputs. But when you just say, "Hey, I'm just listening for a signal," then whatever. It's whenever the signal happens. Obviously it won't be listening to the signal before it's created. So there's that. All right, so we want to create a panel. I have a way I like to do this. Let me close others. And that is by going into the package. Now I have to be a little bit more careful because see I have three packages. I have my top level package, my Cypress package, and my Say Hello UI package. Okay, so I want to be in my Say Hello UI package. And you can see where I created my results component and it's in components and then results panel. I want this new component to be my status component. And I think it only goes in results. So I'm going to put it inside of my results. So basically components, results panel, and status. And then what I will typically do is, um, and I almost feel like I should have, or I should, I don't think there's anything. Since we're creating a brand new status component and just moving stuff over into it, it works now. We should do a commit, a whip commit. Work in progress commit. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to do a work in progress commit. That's something I just least recently kind of ran into. I wonder if it's probably in my DOS key. So we'll just keep going up. I'm looking for my work in progress commit that I did for it was probably for the flashcard builder. It's crazy. I don't even know what project it was for though. And I don't know exactly how this DOS key works. I think you might have more than one, so unfortunately it doesn't look like. All right. Git commit. Well, okay, let's just make sure there's nothing I don't want to not commit. It's kind of funny how things like that work out. Okay, we definitely don't. Okay, so we want to commit this. We don't want to commit the README. Let's see, just I'm pretty sure we're probably going to want to commit. Okay, we didn't actually make any changes in here, it looks like. Looks like all I did was add a line there for some reason. I don't know exactly why, but let's go to app. And the reason I'm doing a commit now is just because everything works and like sometimes sometimes there's certain things you can do that will cause like code like where things get so far out of whack you just want to like get rid of all the code you have. I actually haven't had to do that in probably like 6 months or something. Let's see, known false positive coverage reporting. Yeah, I don't even think. I don't think. Okay. Oh, actually, we just deleted that. I was like, I want to get rid of this. Well, yeah, I did. That's what I did. That is the change, is getting rid of the thing I want to get rid of. Do do we want? Yeah, I think we want to add this empty file. I know that like it's unlikely wherever you work allows you to commit empty files. Um, but I personally like having those there just so that they're there if I need them. And I think that carrying around some empty files is a lot less there. See, we'll probably want to move this into styles at some point, but actually that's funny because yeah, all results panel will actually lose this because I think it only needs it for maybe not. I don't know. That'll be interesting. So if it is needed inside a results panel, if those styles are needed inside a results panel, then we're going to, okay, I do not want to do unit testing on this project. Okay, that all looks good. I like that. Uh, okay, I guess I want to get rid of this comment. I don't know exactly. Do I have to go over here? I think I have to go over there. Okay, so get rid of this comment. It's kind of weird because, okay, so it looks like at some point we were doing locale, but we aren't now. And then, yeah, I don't remember why I got rid of that, but I got rid of it. And I'm just going to have faith in myself that that's what I wanted to do. Not 100% sure on that, though. Okay. Dit commit dash m. Okay. Control dot. There we go. So that was the last one I used. And then that is my little sign for that I'm doing that's a work in progress commit. For some reason I lost it. I don't know what is wrong with my whip. Um, dash work. It's a work in progress, and basically, um, um, I guess the application is functionally complete. Complete. So, and that is a great place to start. Like we know it works here. All right, and it's I don't know. I guess we might as well push it. Git push. And push. All right, now back to our package.json. We'll close everything else. And we want to create a new component. Oh, you know what? Let me go back to my README. Go into this view here. And let's go over here. And I think what I started doing is making these like a purple if I'm working on it. So I don't have to be like, I have to finish this or I won't know where to start next time. This is what I'm currently working on. Okay. So, and this is, what's this called? Status component, right? All right. Yep. Status component. Status. And then colon ng GC components, and I believe we want to say results panel dash panel, and I will say that doing these um, CLI changes used to be pretty stressful for me, and now it's like of zero stress. And it's of zero stress, I'm pretty sure, because um, I think it's pretty stress free because like it's the risk level at this point is almost zilch. Um, but before it was just like like it's so easy to remember, right? Because I can just look up here, I see exactly what I'm doing, copy and paste it, and then all that. Before it used to be like, I don't know, do I have it somewhere? How do you do this? It's just right there. PM run. That was not why I started doing it. I started doing it because I found it to be very helpful to have like a history of how I built out my components. Okay, so what I'm expecting at this point is for inside of here for a new folder to show up. So let's do that. It did not. What did I do? npm run status component. It says it doesn't have a status component. Oh, and it's because I'm in the wrong directory. CD, I think this one I named the same. I think what I in the future if I do this again with and I'm pretty sure I will with the Cypress and stuff like that, I probably will name it start the directory with UI dash say hello. And at the top of this I was talking about like how that is the secret sauce, guys. That guys and girls. The secret sauce is that every day that goes by, if you can make things a little bit more efficient, eventually you have this efficiency. You're just moving so much faster than everybody else, and then it just seems magical, like to everybody. They're just like, oh, but it's not magical. You just created a bunch of stuff. Okay, so now we have you just created a bunch of systems. So we'll come in here and this is app result status and then result status. So now we're going to take this result status and we're going to go, since this is all standalone, um, we're going to go into our results panel and we are going to add that in here as an import. I believe we added it as an import. It's weird to me, but in, and then now we have our result status. It's complaining because it's like, you're not using that. You lied. You lied to me. Oh, let's go ahead and delete that. Delete. Deleted. And then basically inside of, oh, okay, so I guess in here. So yeah, these are not looped. I'm wondering, I was like, should I make this a mat table? I guess I've decided not to do that. So basically all we're expecting to see is like result status or something in this left hand side over here. All right. So now I guess maybe I do need to pass in, maybe I do need that to be, yeah, I guess I can't. Can I not make this a signal? I don't think I can make this a signal. Or not like not a well, it's a signal. Technically it's still going to be a signal even if it's using inputs and all that, but I well, oh okay, so it needs to know what this value is. And that's going to have to be passed in by the parent. So I was like, "Oh, this is great." But the problem is um yeah, this hard-coded text needs to be, this guy needs a way to get this information. It needs to know that it's hello. But, wow. Okay, so I think I'm wrong. I think I need this to be the whole row. I think the whole row needs to be its own component because, or maybe I'm overcomplicating this. Maybe it should just be a simple input that shows a thumbs up if it gets hello, and yeah, I guess that's what. Yeah, I guess that's what I want to do. I want to just pass in the results, and it doesn't even need to know what it matches on. It just needs to know if it was a match. Actually, that's all it needs. It just needs to know if it's a value that could be either hello, it could be empty, or it can be undefined, right? That's it. These are the three choices. So basically, we need to create an input for this. And I would tend to not use signals for this on the inputs because it's very, very difficult to write unit tests for that. But since I'm not doing unit tests, I'm just going to use the signal input. And I don't remember how to do that. ChatGPT, GPT. I actually want to go to Angular. Let's go to the Angular website. We need to get, I need to get better at that. Angular, and then home.angular. And then I guess docs. And then what, are we on Angular 22 or Angular 21? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, so we need to add that into our README that we need to upgrade to Angular 22. It's time to do an upgrade. Woohoo! It's crazy how fast you can fall behind. Okay, so in our packages, or not in our README, wrong README. Control P. Apparently, I have more than one README. That was probably, I'm guessing it's the project level. All right, do I want to upgrade? I think I want to upgrade next. So before this bug fix, so after I finish this, I want to upgrade to Angular 22. 22. That actually is going to end up being like on all of my projects. 10, 11, and 12. All right. All right. So, anyways, now I guess we should go to Angular 21 here. Just, basically, I'm trying to build habits, right? So, first thing you want to look at, I think, is that. And then we want to look at input, validating the form input, migrating to input signal. I think this is what I want. I don't know though. API usage. See, this is like a little bit overwhelming to me, I will admit, but I'm used to being a little overwhelmed. Yeah, I do like that. How you can say something's required now. Um, I don't think I want it. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I should make it required. All right. So this is how you set them, right? And then over here, okay, that's what we want, I think. Okay. And then I really, 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 really like having those as enumerations, right? So basically, so input is part of core. I don't think we're going to use a lot of this. I'm still kind of bouncing back. Wrong one. Um, I'm still kind of bouncing back and forth on whether I want to put like separate like these. It's kind of funny because like generally don't care, but you better have something. If you're going to work with computer programmers, you need to have like some kind of patterns, and then you need to be able to defend even the most simple little patterns. But anyway, so now we have input, and then we want this to be like this, and we're going to set it to this, and then we're going to say that it has to be one of three things. It can either be an empty, like we did. It can be, I can't even remember what the thing was. It can be undefined, and it could be, or it could be, that's weird. Okay. hmm. Oh, I see, because it's not, oh, I see what I was doing wrong there. Okay. It is actually getting a signal, not a, and input signal, I'm pretty sure comes from core as well. And then in here we tell it that it can be to do, or it can be undefined. It's kind of funny because I think I'm making it required, right? But it's like it could be undefined, which I guess that's not even possible. So actually, okay, it can just be a string because inside of our stuff, we will check for inside of our code, and this is not value. This is status. Right? So if we have a status, and then over here, so this code would actually run. This would be would pass unit tests. It's I think. I don't know. I just don't even know. I think the unit test will call this line untested, um, which is very strange. Okay, so now over here we're going to say that we're just going to show the status to start. And this is taking a lot longer than I was expecting. Um, but so basically we want this, but it's not. It's status instead of all of that. So status is equal to, okay, I see what the problem is. Okay, status, and instead of being tied to that, we're just going to say success. Actually, we don't even need to do all that. We can literally just say, yeah, I guess we can just actually, I don't even know what it's so funny. Okay, so we can do this. We can say, I think it's like, can I do this? I don't know if you can do that or not. Oh, and status is definitely a. Okay, so So we got a couple problems. The main problem is we need to import the matte icon module. All right, so we're going to come over here and we're going to import the matte icon module. And I don't know. I think it'll know where it is. It matte icon module, and I believe module. Yeah, there we go. All right. So is it happy now? It's not going to be happy because of the. Okay, so that looks good. And then I guess I, I don't know what to do. I think I don't know. Let's see how this feels. This does not feel right to me right now, but I feel like it might feel right to me once I see it. I don't like it. I don't like how like oh, I do like it. Actually, I do like it. I mean, I don't like how I'm creating a new a new matte icon, everything. And I definitely would never do this in an application that like um I wouldn't do this in an application that I'm worried about like a memory leak happening because this is going to create all kinds of what are they called? HTML. I can't even remember what they're called. Um, but basically, it's like Angular material is just notorious for creating these. Um, um, let's see, status equals success. Can I do that? I wonder. Um, um, it's like DOM elements that are no longer accessible by JavaScript. And so this status is, yeah, this probably is not a good way to do this. I don't like that, but I will. I think I have. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be worth it. Oh, okay, I actually have them right here. Now that I think about it, so it's ready and status. There we go. Right. Let's see what we get. Okay, so oh, is it hello? That's weird. Okay, so for some reason we are getting a status of success right now. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so basically I'm just going to print out the status. My ID is just not playing nice today. Okay, so for some reason, let's see. So the status is ready. Oh, oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the problem. Is the stat okay, the class isn't enough. For one thing, the class is absolutely not enough. But we do need our classes over there. So let's go ahead and grab our classes because at least we got the coloring right. We do not have the actual see like hi. So as you see, like for some reason the okay, what is our stat? Okay, I don't know why our status, why the color isn't worn. And that's because the reason the color isn't worn is because ugh, um, we're just putting the status on there. So, okay, so will success be green, I wonder? Hello. Okay, so success is right. I'm guessing ready is probably the right color, right? Yeah, ready's the right color. And then worn is the other color. So we want, if it doesn't have, if it's not success or ready, it needs to be red basically because that is worn. Worn means that. So basically, we need to give. Okay, so we basically are going to give Matt icon. Oop, what the heck just happened? Escape. I did some kind of very strange key that I don't know what just happened. That was bizarre. It literally took my browser that was on my right and put it in there. All right, so basically we want Matt icon to be red by default because we have, okay, I'm gonna hit save and then reload. All right, hola. Okay, so the colors are right. Now we just don't have the icons right. Don't know what to do about that. I think we can set the icons through. Yeah, probably not. Okay, so so maybe we'll need. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know because basically our problem is that we need these other icons in there, right? Like this record voiceover and thumbs down. But so we need this. We need something along these lines. And it's kind of funny because I was like, I don't want to have three of these, but I actually have three here where I'm where I'm just creating and destroying them on the fly. So I'm creating tons of those dislocated DOM elements. Anyways, all right. So basically, we're back to this thing again. Now I'm wondering, okay, so am I creating like nine of them now? Because no, I'm not. I don't know. Tab, tab, tab. Okay, so status is what we care about now. So we know we want this class is equal to this, and that's the same for all three of them. Well, okay, we know this is what we care about instead of the normalized. That's so funny how I like kind of started off. If status is equal to, I think it's success, right? Then class is equal to status. So class is always equal to status. I guess what we can do is, yeah, we could do this. I think we can do this. I don't see why we can't do this, but never can tell. Um, Seems like that should work. I don't know though. And I guess this is why I'm glad I did a full-blown save before. I mean commit before, because it was working perfectly. So I have no idea if this is going to work. It should. It's like one of those things where I don't really understand what's happening behind the scenes with this. So who knows, but did it not? Probably didn't. Well, it's weird. I don't know why it's not. Oh, that's so funny. The URL up top. Okay, so for some reason our status is seems to be coming across as something other than success right now, or something other than empty. Let's see, what do we got? Ready. Okay, so if status is equal to ready, there we go. There we go. That this has actually ended up much more difficult than I was expecting it to be. But I think it was good. It was really good. Let's try this now. Hello. Hi. Hey. 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 Did it quit working? Okay, there we go. That was wild. It didn't seem like it worked like 3 times, but right. So now we've got this. That okay. So now we can just go ahead and I think we can just success ready and all that. So yeah, I'm not thrilled with this, but um, okay. But I think it is better than the mad icons. I don't know though, because like we literally went. Well, I guess yeah. I don't know. I don't. It'll be interesting to see if this was worth doing it or not. Um, yeah, I just don't even know. I don't know because it kind of seems like it wasn't worth doing it because literally we just replaced one. But we do. I don't know. I just don't even know. Hi and hey, because the thing, because the thing I was trying to achieve is just having one line here. Control V. And now I have like 3 lines of, I've literally just made the application so much more complex. And I was not expecting that. But it is so much more complex because I have 3 layers of logic in here, and then over there I have 3 layers of logic. Like I did not help myself at all. Okay, so this one isn't hard coded, it's the hello text. Yeah, I just don't even know. I don't think this was a good idea. I think it was called hello text. what is this down here? And then this, yeah, it's not even, this is different. Okay. So, hello. All right. So we did achieve the like sort of the stated goal, which was to pull this into its own component. We did not achieve the sort of spirit of the goal, which was to reduce this complexity here. Um, Now the complexity is like what we really want is just to have one thing. I almost feel like, okay, so maybe what we want to do is maybe we can call like get status or something, like a function, and pull this into the result parent, right? So basically, like we say get status and pass this to it, and pass a signal to it with the what we're looking for, and it would return the status, right? So we could have something like okay, get the status and pass it into the component like this. And it doesn't even, yeah, I guess I don't even have to pass. All I have to do is pass it in what word I care about, right? So it could be like something like this. I don't know how you freaking comment something like this out. Let me see, control slash. Okay. So we're going to do something like this and then like get status and then like hello. And all it's going to do is tell me that is hello. Um, is it hello? Is it not hello? Are we not ready? Right? Like, I think this means we're not ready. And then this means that we're ready, but we haven't heard anything. And then this means that. So we could pass this in and then get status can go look at the there and then it can update that. So guess I should. How far? 48 minutes. Okay. Let's see. Get status string value uh, um, word. I guess that's what we're checking to see what the status of this word is, right? And it's going to be a string, and it is going to return a string. And for now, it's going to return this. All right, so now when we get our status from here, and then we're going to check this. Basically, we want this logic over here. And I don't even know if this is a good idea. I'm not sure. Again, like now we're like in all kinds of stuff. So, and this is going to be a this. And I think well, I wonder if, I bet you we don't even need, I don't think we need an effect. We'll see. That's actually going to be very interesting to me. So now, basically, if it's this, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. so wild. All right. So basically, our result, our status, we're going to default our status to blank, and then okay, and there's only it's either matches. Wait. Okay, so so basically, if this is equal to blank, right? So it's kind of weird. If it's equal to blank, then it's ready, right? Then status is equal to ready. But equal if it's equal to the word, well then it's success. I definitely would not advocate for doing something like this, exactly like this. I'm definitely trying this out, right? Right now, I'm giving this a test. This whole idea. I could definitely think of lots of arguments against what I'm doing right now. I can definitely think a lot of arguments for what I'm doing right now. All right, so now ideally results panel. Now theoretically, all we need to do is pass in, just undo these. And these should match. Oop. Okay, that's weird. Oh, yeah, because that's not how you come. Okay, so the status is apparently, I don't know what it's. Okay, let's just do this. Oh, did I not save it? Did I name it something different? Oh, I need to give it a word? Did I not give it a word? Oh, I did not give it a word. Okay. Hello. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so it says it's ready. Okay, so does it say that over here too? Ah, silly rabbit. Silly rabbit. Silly rabbit. I know exactly what I did wrong. And we need to put brackets around this thing. There we go. I guess we might, since we have this. Hello. Okay, yeah, so it seems to be working. Okay, let's get rid of this. So take care of one of them. Don't know why we have two here. This one, oh, I guess we only had one. Oh, yeah, okay. So it looks like, hi. Okay, so that's nice. I don't know if this was good. I don't know if this was a good thing to do, or it seems like a good thing to do. I'm leaning towards, I like how this looks a lot better. I like that a lot better. And this will be a lot better when when this is a loop that this is going over um, instead of a because the data will be the same between the word hey, and then oh, and then this one is hello text. I've never seen this little like word colon thing before. That's nice. Um, okay. Hello. Hi. Hey. All right. So that all seems to be working good. I like how that looks a lot better. That's definitely more of what I was thinking of when I wanted to do that. Um, I think it'll probably end up being better to make this whole row its own component too, and so to go like another layer deeper. Um, Again, see that is sort of like if you can figure out a way to make this all a signal, because the problem is as I go another layer deeper, then the word has to get passed in and all that, so I just don't even know. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be better just to leave it up here. But if we could have figured out like some sort of like pub sub sort of system where this component could know how to interrogate something to determine what its word is or what its status is, um, what its word and status are, like it's some sort of dictionary or something, then moving this result into an even lower component, it becomes trivial. Having layers of inputs feeding into each other makes something extremely fragile. Um, so you probably don't want to do that. I would like, if I had to lean between like, okay, I'm going to have a for loop and it's going to be in the results panel, or I can have a for loop that's in uh, I could have a for loop, but then I just generate this whole thing out of a component. I would definitely go with having it just a for loop and everything's handled here, as opposed to having multiple layers deep of information. So that's a tricky one. That's a hard one. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that. But anyways, looks like this is all working now. I think we can call the next README item done. I thought that was going to be a lot easier than it was. I almost always underestimate how difficult moving a component into its own. I almost always misestimate that. Either I think it's going to take a lot longer than it does, or it takes a lot less time, or more time than it does. Like I always blow it, and I think it's because, and the difference is whether I'm using inputs or not. If I'm using inputs, it always takes longer. If I'm not using inputs, if I'm just like, if the component is smart enough to figure out exactly what it's supposed to do based on a signal, it is dead easy to move them around. But if it needs inputs, then it's a coupling. It's old-fashioned coupling issue. All right, so tomorrow or next Saturday, I'm going to upgrade this thing to Angular, or we're going to attempt to upgrade it to Angular. So that means we do need to actually do a commit. Let's commit this work in progress commit, another work in progress commit. The reason is you can't do upgrades on uncommitted code. So that means that we're going to have to stash our README. next week, and then start the update, and then when the update's done, unstash the README. And tomorrow it'll be very like it, or next week it would be so nice if I could run end-to-end tests, right? So like when I upgrade my Three.js application, I have end-to-end tests, so it'll be really nice because I can do the upgrade and then run the end-to-end tests and see if everything still works. That is very difficult to do. I also do know that I like to branch, to do a upgrade branch, um, just so that I can get back to what I was at before. So actually, I'll probably do that. I'll probably branch it, delete the README, branch it, stash the README, try to perform the upgrade, pop the stash to get my README back, and then merge it back into this branch. So that is probably the plan. Get let's do a whip commit. Okay. Okay. Pre Angular 22 upgrade. Upgrade commit. Okay. So all right, so next week, yeah. So next week we will, I guess yeah. So yeah, next week we'll do the 22 upgrade. We'll attempt a 22 upgrade. We'll see what happens. Should be pretty trivial. I watched the video other than some form stuff and some, a bunch of AI stuff. Is I think pretty much everything that I saw that was in this, new, what's new in Angular 22. Anyways, happy coding, everybody. Bye.